Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Kearns. I wanted to give you a brief overview of code.org and its interface so you know how to find everything when you are navigating your code.org web design courses for Elizabeth. So I wanted to start off in the upper left-hand corner here. This is just the home link to get back to the code.org homepage. So you probably won't need to use that too much, but I wanted to point out what that was just in case you were wondering. So up here on the top of the page, this link here shows you the lesson that you are currently in the unit and what it's called. And then also over here where you see the little circles and diamonds and numbers, this is the specific level that you are currently working in. And the green indicates that you've already um, been on that level or completed it. So you can use this orange triangle, this drop down arrow, to navigate to other levels within the lesson. So you can get to all these other things. Sorry, my computer's running a little bit slow here, but you can get to all the other levels and lessons within the course. You shouldn't need to use this type of navigation too much, but it's there in case you need it. So up in the upper right hand corner, this is where you should see your name. This is the name that I see for you when I'm looking at your progress and when I'm looking at your pages in code.org. So please make sure that that name accurately represents you so you get credit for everything you do in code.org. So over here at the top of the page, I want to show you guys that this section can be collapsed by just clicking on this up arrow here, and then it expands upon the actual code in the preview section down here. But let me explain what's up here very briefly. So right here, these are the instructions for the page. So this basically tells you, what the page is about. It explains the topic, the type of code. And then there are some help and tips in here, some linked videos and pages to help you if you need help with the task on the page. So the task on the page is always under the do this section. So if I'm asking you guys to complete a level for code.org, you want to complete what is listed under do this. And then down here, so I'll collapse this for now. So I'll give you guys a little bit more view of the down here area. So over here, this is considered the files section. And right here, index.html, what that is the main file name for all main pages of websites. So you'll see that file name time and time again. Index.html is the main page of a website, the main file of a website. And then over here, we have what is referred to as the workspace. And this is where you actually do your coding. And I'll make this a little bit bigger right now. So you can actually type in here and then it makes changes over here in the preview section. So for example, say I wanted to make this text here bold. You can do that by putting in B tags here, and I'm going to close the tag. So now the changes that I made here take effect over here. Sometimes we need to press the refresh and save button so that our changes actually take effect. And it should save automatically for you, but it doesn't always save automatically. So make sure you press that if you don't see your changes taking effect over here. So I also wanted to point out that over here, this button expands upon the preview section. If you wanted to see what the entire page looks like, what it would actually look like on a published website, you can expand upon the preview section right there. So I also wanted to point out here that there is an option on WebLab, and it is called version history, but it's not showing up for me right now. So let me refresh my page. Sometimes my buttons can disappear on me here. That shouldn't happen to you guys if you're working on an iPad. Okay, there it is right here. So as you guys can see, I refreshed my page, and let's see if those changes that I made to the bold text were there, and they still are. And if I go back to my version history, say I don't actually like the code I put in, or maybe I made a mistake and I want to go back to an earlier version of the code, I'm going to click start over. And that will take me, you can go back several versions if you've made several changes. And then that button allows you to go back to the earliest version of the page. So that is extremely helpful, especially for debugging and fixing mistakes that you may have made on the page. So other than that, the only other thing I wanted to show you guys on here is the inspector tool. And the inspector tool, when you turn it on, it allows you to match up the code in the workspace section with your um, preview section. So here I clicked on the H1 tag, which shows me that this line of code over here is corresponding to this preview over here. So there's a lot of different features. I know the buttons can be a little bit overwhelming when you're first looking at code.org, but all these different features are here to make navigation of the site very easy. So hopefully this overview helps you complete the code.org WebLab scavenger hunt. We call this WebLab right here. And please let me or Mrs. Gabrielson know if you guys have any questions about WebLab. Thank you.